Hi. Welcome back to my channel. I don't even know if I'm in frame right now. I'm like kind of in frame. So here's the thing. I'm wildly anxious today, wildly. And like, I understand why. It's very much hormone based. We don't really need to get back into it quite yet right off the jump. We'll get into it in a sec. But basically, I wanted to feel productive because I have so much crazy energy in my chest with the anxiety today. So I was like, what could I do? And I started writing down things I need to get done. And I'm like, wait, I'm cooking. Okay. I don't think I've ever said that phrase out loud in my whole life, but I was like, I'm cooking. So I thought we would do kind of a body double thing here, and I would get the things done that I want to get done. And I think it's gonna be very healing for me. So that is what we've got going on. The house is a mess. There are things going on. I was starting to make a list of things to do, and a lot of them are gonna be kind of like house related. So I'm gonna take you with me as I'm like kind of cleaning up the house a little bit, and whatever else we get to, we will get to. So this is primarily going to be just body doubling. I'll chat with you throughout, but I don't really like have anything to specifically talk to you about. So you're just going to kind of be hanging out with me. I hope that's going to be fun. Okay, and again, before we get into it, I know I'm anxious today. It makes sense. I was unofficially back in the day kind of diagnosed with PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoria disorder or something like that, where just half of my month is a train wreck. Okay, so I've been diagnosed with depression in the past, but I don't even know if that was an accurate diagnosis. I've always been a very anxious person, and more recently I was diagnosed with ADHD. And that's when I started really connecting my hormonal cycle to just increased issues in a myriad of ways, I could say. And we won't go into all the details. We can chat about it another time. But one of the primary issues I have is just like wildly increased anxiety, but it was like for like half of the month, okay? I have somewhat recently started taking hormonal birth control to stabilize and kind of regulate my hormones, and it has helped so much. But my period based on the pills was scheduled to start yesterday. So we're in the midst of, my brain is a prison. Like, I feel so stir crazy and actually crazy, and it's only gonna get worse for the next couple days, I believe. So we're not in a good place mentally. That's why I'm wildly anxious. But it is what it is. We're gonna make it work. So again, I've started this list, and actually it started off as like, I haven't filmed anything for YouTube in like a million years. It feels like it's probably been, oh, it's been about a week actually. Yeah, it actually, because I just finished editing earlier today, my last filmed video, and it was a week ago, about a week ago. What time is it? Okay. Okay, Casey, calm yourself. Did I ever introduce myself? My name's Casey. Hello there. Welcome back to my channel, if you're back, or welcome if you're new. This started off as kind of like inspiration to film something kind of list, and it started as a different kind of list, which was neglected. I don't even know what I was trying to do over there, so I just ripped it off and started a new list. I love to make lists. I hate doing the things on the list, but I love to make lists. It's the ADHD, okay? I love to feel organized. It gives me the good feels to feel organized. So it started out as a filming list. And the first bullet point here is to chat with you about my high anxiety day, which I kind of just did, but I do want to do a more like formalized, like what's going on health-wise, like just because it may be helpful to share the things I've gone through in terms of my mental and I guess physical. I have a neurological condition, migraine, and I'm like, is that technically physical health? Yes, I believe so. Chatting about health and like the things that I do to manage it, and like what happens when things aren't good, kind of stuff like that. So I hope to talk more about that at another time. But then I started making a list of things I wanted to get done that I could film myself doing to make myself do it. And that's where I was like, oh my God, wait, this is everything. So I kind of started a list of that stuff. But I'm gonna move on to another list. So I think now I am just going to focus on list making about the things that I would love to get done, or just like whatever else comes to mind, wherever this list takes us. And then we'll get up and go somewhere else and do something else. Okay, so I need to get back on the plot. Let me think. back in, I started kind of tallying different work-based projects that I wanted to make sure I'm not just like forgetting about. This isn't everything. There were things that I just didn't even want to write down because I'm like, I don't even know. And also, okay, wait, so I'm a consultant dietitian nutritionist, so I go to different hospitals that the company I work for is contracted with, and like that's where I go for work, so I'm kind of in and out a bunch of different places. One of the places that I consider my main building, because I spend like almost all of my working hours there, I literally have a little whiteboard next to the desk that I use that has another list of things that keep building up as tasks I must do, and I'm just ignoring that because I'm like, I know that that's literally sitting right there. It's, I don't know. Anywho, I do have a couple of tasks for that building. I'm being a crazy person, okay? So I don't even know how to start on this. This is probably something I will want to film more content to motivate myself, and it could be a fun little body doubling thing in the future. But I am in the process of kind of giving it a spring clean refresh. It's not spring anymore. I keep saying spring cleaning mood is what I'm feeling right now. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's the end of May. It's gonna be June when I post this. I don't know. That's like summer to me in my mind anyway. So I have all of these things that I want to refresh at the building, but I've kind of made it become homework essentially. So like, was it just last week? Yeah, it was last week. I brought home a bunch of supplies to build out a recipe binder for all of the standardized recipes on the menu cycle for the building. So I fully refreshed that. That is completely done and like finalized. It's in the kitchen. They have access to the new and improved recipe binder, and they were all like thrilled about it, but then they're like, that's funny, I didn't even realize it hadn't been updated. They literally never use it because they've all worked there for a long time. They know the recipes, but I'm like, yeah, but it's here, like we're all excited. So they were hyping me up. It was fun, even though they'll never look at it probably, unless they have to. Then they know where to look at least. I want to redo a bunch of other binders for that facility. Like there is a procedure and policy binder thing, which I don't know if we're technically like mandated to have because it's all electronic. So I'll have to double check on that, but it's out of date anyway because we refreshed a lot of the policies. So it's kind of a dual parted project in my mind where it's like all of them are not officially live yet. They're still in the void of people approving the changes that we made this year. Although that had a lot of, wow, I'm losing my freaking marbles today. I don't know how to speak. I also feel like my lips are chapped. Yeah, there's still things that are awaiting approvals. A lot of progress was made this week. Like a lot of the things got approved. So I'm hoping by the time I'm there tomorrow, everything else will hopefully be approved and through, and we're gonna see all of the new fun updates. And I wanna make sure that it is coherent because a lot of changes were made, so I kind of want to make sure nothing got missed or left out, or if we need to change something, etc. So I want to do another pass through that, but I also want to update that binder, like print out all the copies of the policies because the one that we have is outdated. I also want other binders. We're not gonna waste time chatting about that. There are other things I want to do, and that's kind of what that list says. And then for other buildings I have, my boss assigned me something about doing a menu for a hospital, which first of all, I hate food service stuff. Doing menus is the bane of my existence. But I'm hoping it's just gonna be a thing where I need to like update changes that they're requesting. That's what I'm hoping. I haven't even looked at what that project is gonna contain because I didn't have time to think much more about it when she requested it of me, and I don't think I need to start it right away, but that's on here. It's the hospital's name menu with a million question marks after it. I don't work there very often, but every once in a while I do fill in for the boss that goes to that building. Their electronic medical record system, their charting system we use, I really like it. I think it's my favorite, and it's a bummer that I don't get to use it very much because they have these like quick phrases or like short keys or something, and I want to go into my account at some point And first of all, delete the nonsense. Like there's so many that are so dumb. Like the quick phrase will be a dash, or not a dash, but something like that, or like a period. And then it's like the word, I don't know, like nutrition. Let's say that you start, you do dot nutrition. One of the like implemented short keys into my account is that once you click on that, it just populates the word nutrition. And I'm like, what was the point of this? Like, why did we spend our time on this? But some of them are very helpful. Like you can have the entire monitoring, evaluation, follow-up plan on a quick thing. So some of them are very helpful. So I want to kind of audit what the heck is on my account, because a lot of it I didn't choose, and then see about adding in some of my own potentially, because there are things that I've been trying to figure out how the heck to make it work, because there's things that I'm retyping that I could just make a quick phrase, but I haven't like figured out what the heck is going on with the quick phrase thing. So anyway, that's one of the things. There's one hospital that I might check in with remotely today, just in case tomorrow's a little bit crammed. And then I also need to look at next week's schedule, because I think I'm gonna be in a little bit of a pickle on one of the days. I think I've overcommitted and I don't think there's enough hours in the day. So I want to see if it is in fact possible, or if I do need to in fact move something. I think I will in fact need to be moving something, and it won't be that big of a deal. I just haven't really thought about it. And that's all I've written down. And that's all she wrote. And now I'm kind of feeling stir crazy. I know we just sat here for like 2 seconds, but I'm gonna start cleaning up my immediate environment, because what the heck is happening? So I have all of these papers that were just in my work bag. I don't know if I need all of these papers, so I'm gonna see which ones I need. I know I don't need this, because this was phase 1 of my list making, so this is gonna get recycled. I don't know what else is in here. Let's start in the bottom. I don't need this. Is there anything incriminating on here? I don't know. Can you see? This is a sanitation review that's specific for this hospital. This is not like the main form that I use. I have no idea if you can see, by the way, I'm so sorry. But it's just like a tally, like yes, this was met, it was acceptable, or no, it was not. This was a printed version of last month's, which I know that I pulled out of my binder to use as like a starting point for the one. I actually just did another walkthrough. Was that just yesterday? Time is weird. I just did an updated one for this month yesterday. So I used like the previous months as a guide of like, oh, well, this thing wasn't good last time. What did it look like now? So this is old. It's old news. I need to print out the new version, but I wasn't like connected to a printer when I was there. So anyway. Oh, I don't need this either. I'm not gonna show you any of this, but I had to do a like fingerprinting thing for a background check for DCS, because one of the places I work is with children, the children. So it was just like a background check type thing. Don't need that anymore, because I already had that appointment. It was details about my appointment, and that's already been like completed. Now this I have, oh my God, I wondered where I put this. So this is the like receipt I got for the appointment. I was like, I don't know where I put that, but I just found it. So I think I'll put that somewhere that I'll take it to work tomorrow. I don't know if I need it. I don't know. All of this, oh God, I forgot again. This is actually a recipe, okay? This is pasta primavera, because I talked one of the kitchen managers into making it for like a chef's choice day, because she was like, I don't know what to do for the vegetarians. And I was like, you know what I'm craving? You know what I want, girly? I want some pasta primavera. And she's like, I don't know. We looked into it, she saw she could make it, and I got some leftovers of it, and I was like, that was really good. She's really good. So now I have this. So what I could do, is there a link on here anywhere? Because clearly it's from the internet. I think I'm gonna find this online and pin it to my Pinterest board, and then get rid of this paper, because I hate having papers. I don't like papers. I don't like it. Did you just hear? So I did laundry today. That's actually, oh, I forgot. My laundry's dry. That's the next thing I need to do. I started doing this instead, but I need to do that. I had a pair of work pants that had like a brown smudge on them that didn't get cleaned out. So what you're hearing the washing machine go off about is I like scrubbed it with soap, and it looked like it was lifting, and I just threw it in for a quick wash. So now we'll see if that worked. But I do need to do the laundry. But before I stand up, this is for a training system that I did. Okay, wow, what? I went to a training session for another electronic charting system that one of the buildings that I am a backup dietitian on, they are moving to this new system. I think this, like in June, I think it's like they're moving to it pretty soon. So I went to a training for it, and I might need some of this information. I don't know, I haven't looked through this yet. I don't know how serious I need to take any of this because like, I'm not the main dietitian there. I don't know the next time I'm gonna be at that building, but I will review some of that too, and hopefully I can get rid of that paper. This is empty. This was with my lunch because I didn't really plan a lunch meal, so I liked having a little assurance that I was getting 30 grams of protein, and I feel satisfied now, so that's good. So this can get recycled as well once I rinse it out, and these can be recycled, and then I will actually see you in my closet as I unload the laundry and put it away and fold it. Oh, the worst. Okay, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, the pants up here, they're air drying. Find this part so satisfying. I don't know if it's gross, so sorry if it's gross, look away. But look at all that. I love getting rid of it. I have all the towels up here because they're placed in different places than the clothing. So some of it I'm gonna have to put back on some of these like towel holders. Some of them I need to like roll up or wrap up and put in storage. I'm missing having an audiobook playing while I'm doing this, so I think I'm actually gonna pause and we're gonna do that because I don't think we're gonna be chatting a lot in the next little bit. So I accidentally left my drugs, my medication for migraine in that pocket. I did already take it, so not the worst. I'm kind of at a loss now because I've done maybe like the main cleaning that I needed to get done. And I feel like I want to sit down. Yeah, we're gonna sit down. I'm pausing my audiobook because for some reason the Bluetooth immediately wants to go to the laptop. I don't know, man. So what I'm working on right now is I'm going to check in for one of my hospitals to see if there's any remote work I could get done. Oh, I need my phone to like confirm my identity, so we'll see if I need to pause. Okay, I think I'm able to do it on my, whatever this thing's called, watch. Okay, it worked the first one. I have one more approval I need to do. I don't know why, but it's like the app opening needs to be confirmed and then like actually logging into the system, I think, because I only have to approve my identity once when I'm on site, like in the building. So maybe it's, I don't really know, you guys. Okay, but it is loading. I'm going to, while that's getting pulled up, I'm pulling up my Google Drive stuff. So all of my work things I've sorted into Google Drive folders. I have one folder for each of the buildings I visit, and then like different documents based on like what I need for the building. So for this particular one, and for a lot of them, I have one that's like a running work list that has the current bed board, like the census, the list of the patients who are currently admitted and what room or bed they've been assigned to. So I have that list, and it is corresponded with when I've last assessed them or the day of their admission, depending on whether or not I have assessed them, and then when they're due to be assessed next time or for the first time if I haven't yet. Like if somebody admitted today, I would put today's date in the first date column, and then I have 72 hours to do an assessment on them, so then 3 days later they will be due. I don't know if this is making any sense, but anyway, okay, this has loaded up and I pulled up the work list, which is that bed board that tells me when I've last reviewed people when they're due to be reviewed. And before I even log in, I can see that there is one patient. I messed up, you guys. This is, well, actually, I think I know what happened. So there's one patient, I have it set up so that it highlights to really catch my attention if they're due within the next, I think 2 days, or maybe even 3 days, just so I don't miss a follow-up. And I have one person that's highlighted and it looks like they're due to be assessed today, which I don't usually work for this hospital on this day of the week. So that's kind of a yikes, but I'm like 90% sure that whenever I was there last, which was Tuesday, today's Thursday, whenever I was there last, it said they were gonna discharge that day or the next day, so they should already be gone. That's probably why I didn't follow up. But let me open it up and we'll see who is there. Why is it being so slow? Okay, yes, they discharged yesterday. It's kind of annoying. This charting system, I have to get into a patient's account to see anything before I can open up the bed board, the census list. I don't know why it's set up that way. Allegedly, there's a way around that, but it hasn't really been shown to me, and I can't figure it out. And typically, I'm pretty good with figuring out tech stuff. And obviously, I'm just not showing you this because it's like HIPAA, protected health information. I don't want to get in trouble. So let me compare. I have the bedboard list open now. I'm pulling back up to split screen with their census list versus mine. So I'm gonna go through and delete anyone who is discharged and just like make the list match. Ooh, I'm cramping. Oh, I'm dying, oh my God. Okay, it looks like only 2 people from my last visit there are still there. And I mean, that sounds like, oh my God, you have to overhaul your list, but there's only, I think, like up to 8 people admitted right now. There's 7 people in the hospital. Sir. I feel like I just saw that name. Oh, they just moved beds. Silly goose. All right. I feel like I missed something. I did miss something, turns out. So now, I don't know why it doesn't show me this on the bed board, but if I click on each name on this bedboard thing, like I'm not opening the chart, but I'm clicking on the name. It gives me a little bit more information on like a side panel, and it says their admission date, so I can see when they're due to be assessed based on when they admitted. So I have somebody who admitted 2 days ago, so they're due by tomorrow, so I'll probably see if I can just enter a note on them today. If they have nutrition risks, I'll plan on going and seeing them tomorrow, but potentially that's what's happening. And then the second person, admitted yesterday, so she's not gonna be, I'm probably just gonna try to chart on all these people, let's be honest, but not due yet. Another new person 2 days ago. Today, oh fun. 2 days ago, okay. Where did I type that? Did I do all that right? Yeah. Okay, now I have an updated bedboard. It looks like everyone except for one person is due for some sort of assessment before the start of next week. Did that sentence make sense? I'm not sure it did. There's some people I have due by tomorrow, some due by the next day, and some due over the weekend. Whatever. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to review each person. So right now, the only document I have open is my general work list. So now I'm going to go and open up my like note assessment template. So this is another Google like spreadsheet where I have a template that kind of reflects what I'm entering into the note into the charting system, but it's kind of strange. It's hard to explain this, but I don't get to just like enter whatever the heck I want. It has these different criteria and there's like boxes and check boxes and everything assigned to each item. So I have some things that I type almost every single time, like the reason that I'm doing the assessment, assessing patient due to admission, and then I have a little summary about the nutrition risk assessments to see if there were any triggers or any factors that specifically I need to see them for. Or in that section, I would also put like, if it was a follow-up, like I would change the text if it was that. I would change the text if like specifically one of the staff members requested I go meet with somebody. I assess everybody here, so it's usually just I'm assessing them because of admission. So that almost never changes. I have a little thing about weight history where I will type in weight information, but then I have a little blurb that often doesn't change that talks about their actual weight history, about weight changes, the fact that like what our plan is to monitor. We take weight information once a week at this hospital, so I'm following weekly weights, it says that, and then it just kind of goes in that like realm basically. Oops, wrong button. Okay, I've just finished deleting all the people who have discharged that were on separate tabs using this template. So now I'm going to go ahead and I guess work top to bottom. Do I want to ignore the people I've already met with? Maybe I'll work bottom to top so I don't have to, I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna work with the new people first and then I'll come back and do follow-ups. So I know where I'm starting. No, I should probably pay attention to what the heck, like what time it is, so I know how much to build a building. So I just opened a new chart, and the first couple things I do is see some of their admission paperwork. So I'll open up the initial nursing assessment because it includes a nutrition risk screening. So I'm opening that up. Oh, I'm already a little annoyed because it doesn't have all the information I want, but we'll keep looking once I get past this. So on this, I'm just seeing the things that they tag on this assessment to look for any nutrition risks. Oh dang, okay, this is actually kind of an interesting case. There were a couple of triggers here. So I was initially annoyed because it doesn't have their current height and weight, which, like, I don't know, it messes with things if they're not obtaining those and recording those. So it may still be there somewhere else, it just may have not populated in this spot. We'll see. I'm able to at least figure out what their height is. And it's kind of a familiar name, so I'm suspecting I'm gonna be able to at least see some history. This also included the fact that, oh, the reason I couldn't figure out I haven't figured out why this happens, but there's a section where it automatically calculates ideal body weight, which I know the math behind that, so I know how that number is being determined. And for whatever reason, like even though I'm not seeing where they've entered the height, it must be pulling from an old height or somewhere else they're typing it, but I don't really understand. I know what her height is based on what they're calculating the ideal body weight to be. So this includes that this particular patient is having some potential chewing swallowing issues because of some lower jaw dental concerns that is causing mild pain. So in an assessment, so I guess I do need to go visit, I mean, I assumed I need to go visit this hospital tomorrow, but whenever I meet with this patient, I'll see how they're doing with the regular texture, if they're tolerating like just the regular food texture basically, and if they need softer things or any other interventions. But I'll probably be able to determine that. It looks like it's very low pain. I'm probably gonna be able to determine that already based on how their meal intake history is gonna look from the time they admit till now. So I'm also seeing additional information about blood glucose or blood sugar concerns and like digestive concerns. Like there's actually, I won't go into any specifics, but usually this is just like there's no risk because this is an inpatient psychiatric hospital. So typically, if anything, it'll just be that they've had a change in appetite or a slight change in weight that they didn't intend to have. And that's usually what the potential risk triggers are. But this person had like different medical conditions stuff going on and like digestive concerns and jaw pain. And like, so this is kind of an interesting situation. Okay, so I'm gonna type up what I've gathered here into my little template. Gotta resituate myself over here. So now what? Now the other thing I want to look at is, I don't know why they do this, but there are actually 2 separate nutrition risk screenings. I don't know, it is what it is. So now I'm going to look at the doctor's history and physical, so like their medical overview of this patient. Yeah, this is definitely a familiar name, and now that I'm reading a little bit more about the past medical history, I'm like, I definitely know who you are. So, I mean, in this assessment, obviously I'm getting a lot of background on their medical condition, but this is a different nutrition risk screening where it's just like the risk status and the doctor tags low, medium, or high. Whereas in the other nutrition risk screening, the nurse is inputting information that are triggers for nutrition concern. I don't know, man. But this one, the doctor tagged as low. I don't fully understand the criteria between like what differentiates low, moderate, and high because like, first of all, no one's ever been able to tell me. But second of all, like they clearly have some nutrition related concerns, but whatever, I don't know. It's good to get more information. So even though this didn't tell me, oh my gosh, wait, this tells me he has a height and weight listed. The doctor listed a height and weight on this. But it's different height than what I'm calculating. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to dig a little bit more. Okay. So now I'll open up to see if there's more height and weight info. Okay, I see what happened here. So the doctor's note pulled the most recent height and weight. That's from 2021, so that's not great. Interestingly, there's 2 different heights recorded within 1 month from 2021. And the first height corresponds with the ideal body weight I'm seeing. So I'm wondering, I don't know what happened there. I just don't know what happened there. I'm gonna also use the most current weight from 2021, but I will tag in my note that it's from 2021 and urge them to get a new one. I think I'm gonna use the initial height just because the nurse's admission assessment had something that linked, I don't know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna actually scroll down to the end of my template where I put if I have any recommendations. Right now, it essentially says there's no recommendations, but I'm gonna update that and say that I'm recommending a new weight and height to be obtained. Okay. So now I'm just kind of seeing whatever else there is to see. Currently I'm scrolling through the shift notes, which has like a bunch of different types of information, but I'm specifically looking for meal intakes because that's where that's included. It's a little bit tedious this way. It's not my favorite format, but it's okay. Okay, so far it looks like this patient's eating very well, so that's good. Okay, I have the meal intakes. So I have in my standard template kind of a vague statement about meal intake trends. Whenever I like see specific information, I update that. Okay, so they must be doing okay with the regular diet texture. I'm also gonna see if there's any recent labs. Oh, we do have recent labs. Okay, I was concerned about possible blood sugar issues, but their blood sugar result and a measure of like blood sugar trends, A1C, if you're familiar, those are both normal, so I don't need to be concerned. I'm gonna type in, oops. Oh my gosh, I'm flopping right now. My template, for whatever reason, in their nutrition assessment notes, they have specific labs that they want us to input the results of. and like most of them are nutrition related, but like it's not a conclusive list, so I don't really understand. But anyway, I'm gonna fill in the things that it wants me to fill in. Yeah, everything's looking good, honestly. It's also so weird because this charting system pulls information from the rest of the chart, like their medications, their allergies, their height, and their weight, but it doesn't pull the labs. I'm having to manually type the labs, even though they should be, whatever. I don't know. I didn't build an EMR. I don't know how this all works, but it just seems weird that I'm having to manually do this part specifically and not the other parts. Okay, and that's the date for those labs. And now, just because I'm wanting to kind of know what the vibes are, I'm gonna look at the most recent documentation on this chart. Because this might tell me like how they're doing, what their discharge plans are. Like, are they gonna discharge today and it's like not really worth my time to be doing all this and thinking about this and planning what we're gonna talk about? Okay, so now I got a little review here. I don't really have anything else to do here, so I guess I'm gonna enter my notes. Having to click a bunch of buttons. Thrilling content, I know. So now we're in, Hackers Be Like I'm In, and I'm starting to copy and paste and go down my list. So lucky, hello, I'm having to select stuff. Okay, now I'm free, now I can start actually typing. I forgot to assign their nutrition risk level. For now, I'm gonna put them at moderate just because of some of the things that I want to get more information on. Once I meet with them, they might move down to low just because it seems like they're doing pretty well, but I just want to check in on something. So I just want myself to be aware that they're at a higher potential risk. There's not any like strict guidelines on how to assign risk level. It's kind of just like dietitian discretion. So I always do try to describe in my note why I've assigned the risk level I have, and why it may or may not differ from the results of the nutrition risk screening. So like doctor put them at low risk, but I put them at moderate, but there's reasons for that. Yeah, usually it's the other way around where it's like, everyone's like, oh, there's all these things going on, but then when I go in and I review, I'm like, there's not really anything to be concerned about though. So they're at lower, I don't know, man. I do have some criteria in my mind where I will bump them up to a higher risk level. And this technically right now isn't meeting that criteria, but we'll see when I meet with them if that changes. Okay, generating document. Person number 1 is done. I have what? 5 more? 1, 2, 4. She can count. So I'm gonna update my work list and say that I've now reviewed them today and that I'm going to follow up with them at a moderate nutrition risk level, but I'm probably gonna follow up with them tomorrow. I also have a bonus 3rd document I need to open for my Google thing. That's a consult tracker, because I like to be able to give the buildings a summary of how many assessments I did each month, basically. That's like mainly the purpose of it. So I'm just adding in this person's full assessment as one, and I have it set up that tells everything. This has been a busier month than the last couple months, I would say, which is, it's fun to be able to see that. Okay, I don't want my phone battery to die, so I'm actually gonna cut it off there. I'm gonna keep working. We will regroup, re-chat. We won't re-chat, but we will chat if something else does come up. But I need something fun to listen to or like do or keep my mind occupied while I'm doing some monotony on this part of the charting thing. Yeah. I also think I want a snack. Okay, can you see me? Hold on. Load. It doesn't want to load. Goodness gracious. Okay. It appears I need to be about the height of these things. So I'm gonna sit back here. Ow, like that hurts. Okay, I finished my remote work. I did chart for about an hour and I did log that already so I wouldn't forget, because if I didn't log it, I would forget. And there were many things that I would like to follow up on patient-wise tomorrow. Why am I talking weird? What's going on? Anyway, I had my snacky, I had my worky, and now I'm going to do the task that inspired me to actually start filming, which was the most daunting task, but the one that will bring the most satisfaction. Okay, so behind here, this is our coat closet, this is our entry room closet. There are coats, obviously, but in the midst in here, I have things that I wanted to donate to good, like charity. I wanted to donate. It's things we were getting rid of, but I'm like, I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to donate it. They're all just sitting in here and have been for months, and I don't even know what's in here anymore. So we are going to take the next step. We're going to get those out of here, and I'm going to put them in my car. Who knows how long they'll stay in the car? No one cannot say, but at least they will be one step closer to being gone. So that's what we're doing. Okay, that's all. I'm going to turn my audiobook back on. Okay, I need to put my shoes on because it looks like I already kind of bundled these items up. So I'm going to take them out to the garage, to my car. You're only going to see the taking part, not the putting part, but they're going to the car. I don't think she's made an appearance yet. She's facing me instead of you. Can you go say hi to them? Who's there? Oh, she went too far. That's how we tell her dad is home. So she went to the garage area. Come here. Come here, honey. No, come here. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Say hello. Why do you look scared? Okay, I think I got everything out already though. It was just that stuff. So now they're in the back seat of my car, which isn't donated and out of my life, but is a lot closer to being so. Also, I feel like some of those things are gonna jangle around and irritate me, so I'm gonna be very motivated to get them out of the car. So that's kind of the inspiration now. And that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. It was, baby. So I think I'm gonna call it quits there. There are more, oh, actually, I need to get the recycling. So I'm gonna bring my recycling out and put that in the garage as well. But that's where I'm gonna call it quits. So I'm gonna sign off now. Toodles. Thank you for hanging out with me. I have a whole bunch more on my list of things I need to get done that we can body double with. So let me know what you're up to, and I'll talk to you later. I accidentally stopped filming at some point, but the recycling has been taken. The dog is being cute. Do you think she needs another walk? We've gone on 2. Perhaps. Oh wait, what time is it? Okay, perhaps. I was just checking to make sure I didn't have to start cooking dinner yet, because that is coming up next. But I will sign off officially now and walk this doggy. Yeah, you want to go on a walk? Why are you acting like you don't know that word? Do you wanna? She's in the zigzag position, which means it's a fake sense of her being calm. She is ready to pop up at a moment's notice.